Okay, hello, welcome to yoga. We are going to have a stretchy class today. We're going to remember how it feels to move, but we might have some challenges in there as well. So that might be nice. Very dark in here. That's a bit better. Okay, let's start seated. We'll remember how to sit. Get yourself a block, sit on it. We are going to get rid of the fleshy part of the bum. So move it out of the way, find the bones, anchor down. Sit yourself up nice and tall. We're thinking here about a place we can stay for a little while. Allow those knees to open out so the hips can open. We're going to sit up tall. We're going to draw the ribs in. We've got our shoulders over the top of our hips. And we're going to imagine a cord lifting us up through the crown of the head. Lovely long neck. And then just dip the chin to chest very, very slightly just to lengthen that neck. Hands can rest wherever feels comfortable. Going to open up those shoulders to roll them back and down. Got a nice open chest. Now, this is probably how we should sit. Probably this is how we really sit. So it's nice to remember what it should look like. We're going to just start with some even breathing. There's no need to match my pattern. If my pattern is different to yours, that's okay as well. But if you want to close off the eyes, now is a really good time, or just lower the gaze. And we're going to take an inhale for the count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So allow the breath to come and go more naturally. Noticing the lift of the chest and the belly, and then the fall. Now is a good time to set an intention for today's practice. Could be anything. Could be a little celebration that you found some time for yourself today. Could be focusing in on the good stuff, ignoring all the other bits, tuning out the noise. And when you're ready, you can begin to open up the eyes. You're going to take the arms nice and high, reach up out of the waist, take the gaze to the ceiling, open the throat, spread through the fingers. That's not something we do very often. Lifting the chest to the ceiling, find some space through that front body, and then take that right hand down, left arm's going to come over. And we're just going to take a little pulse here. Bring that right elbow in towards the body so we can roll that right shoulder back. And then maybe taking the gaze up towards the ceiling. And then we're going to pause, just reaching over towards that right hand wall. Nearly got my left and rights muddled. That's a theme today, I'm sure. And then let's switch out. Bring the arms high, reach up out of the waist, spread through the fingers, take the gaze high, open the throat, bring the chin towards the ceiling. And then that left hand is going to come down, right arm is going to come over. We're just going to take some pulses here. Left elbow in towards the body, rolling that left shoulder back. And then just finding a bit of a pulse. Maybe you're going to take that gaze forward or up to the ceiling, maybe underneath that right arm. And then when you're ready, pause there, reaching that right arm over. Keep breathing, don't hold the breath, just let the breath come and let the breath go. And then coming all the way back up to our seated. Going to switch the legs over. This one will probably feel less natural because you went to the other side, probably more dominant first. So we're going to just embrace our imbalances. Going to take the hands to the back of the head, interlace the fingers, and then elbows towards the side walls. Lift the chest, just slightly engage the core. Going to take that right elbow down and lift through that left elbow. And then back to center, left elbow down and right elbow is going to lift. Back to center, elbows towards ears, chin towards chest. Slowly take a round down through the spine. Should never feel any discomfort in yoga, so you're going to work within what your body is giving for you today. As you inhale, come all the way out. We're going to open those elbows out and then lift the gaze. Drop the gaze, right elbow down towards the right side as the left elbow lifts. Switch out, left elbow down, right elbow lifts. Back to center, elbows to ears, chin to chest, slowly roll down through the spine. And then come all the way out. Open those elbows out. Perfect. Let's get rid of the block that we're sat on. We're going to extend that right leg away from us, push through the heel, toes to the ceiling, left foot to the inner right thigh. If you have a strap here or a dressing gown, belt, or long arms, whatever you've got to make it easier for us rather than harder. We're going to draw those elbows in after we've hooked the sole of that right foot. We're going to move the belly out of the way and then bring the torso over the top of that right leg. Elbows come in, open chest, draw the chin towards the big toe. Everything in yoga is about a long spine. So lift as you exhale, fold a little bit more. If we find that we're rolling through the spine, rounding through the spine, just come up a little bit higher. Use your breath to help you here. The inhales lifting and the exhales folding. Meanwhile, we're thinking about that left knee pushing down. We'll open this through that hip. Okay. I'm going to release that strap, come to sit back up. Left hand is going to come behind you, the fingertips towards the corner of the room. Reach that right hand forward, stretch as far as you can, and then the glutes are going to squeeze. We're going to lift through the hips. We're going to open through that front body. Right hand coming back wherever feels good. Reaching those hips high, squeezing the glutes, protect the back. Push the pinky edge side of that right foot down into the mat. You can keep control of the neck, but you can open through the throat if it feels good. Keep breathing here. Don't hold the breath. Just enjoy that lovely openness, this expressive move. And then slowly we come all the way back down. Beautiful. We're going to switch out. The right foot comes in towards the inner left thigh. Left foot, toes point towards the ceiling. Hook the foot with the strap and then draw those elbows in towards the body. We're going to open that right hip out as the right knee pushes down. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Torso over the body, over that left leg, and then take a fold. Inhale, we lift, we lengthen, we think about chin moving towards the big toe. Lift and lengthen as we exhale. We move closer towards that big toe. Elbows drawing in. Really find that lovely long spine that we're hoping to find, creating space all the time. Okay, I'm going to release the strap. We're going to come back up. I'm going to take the right hand towards the corner of the room. Bring that left arm as far forward as you can, and then squeeze the glutes, lift the hips, open through the front body. Keep control of the neck, but you can open through the throat. Pinky edge side of that left foot pushes down. Keep breathing. And then slowly, carefully coming all the way back down. Beautiful. Okay, let's find ourselves in a 4-point kneeling. So we're going to find ourselves in our table position. Just checking our wrist creases are parallel to the front of the mat, our shoulders over the top of our wrists, our hips over the top of our knees. We're going to draw the belly in so that that core remembers what it feels like to be engaged. So really think about that movement of drawing belly button towards spine and down. All right, great stuff. We're going to just start by some cat-cows, but do whatever you want at this point. So if you want to take a traditional cat-cow, take the gaze high, drop the tummy towards the mat, sit bones look to the ceiling, and then we take that round through the spine, moving from the pelvis first into a cat pose, reaching the spine to the ceiling, hands push down, spread across the shoulders, find the skin stretching as the spine reaches high, and then moving with your breath, start to take that movement from the pelvis and find your own cat-cows. If you prefer a slightly more, personal cat-cow, feel free to take some movement across the wrists, maybe bending through the elbows. Really, you're the one that has lived in your body all day. Decide how it needs to move. Maybe you move back towards a child's pose, always there for us if we need a little bit of a rest. But just take a moment to really express what your body is asking for. If you're moving in one direction, see if we can balance it up by moving in the other. But frankly, it's your body. You know best. Okay. When you're ready, come back to a 4-point kneeling. And then we will start by just extending that right leg away. We're going to keep the toes connected to the mat and just lengthen through the back of that right leg. Keep the belly engaged. So we're drawing that belly button in towards the spine and we're pushing the hands down into the mat. Okay. From here, we're going to take that right leg out towards the side. We're going to push down through the pinky edge side of that foot and just allow that bottom to move back slightly to find a stretch through the inner thigh. Okay. And then coming up from here, we're going to take the right hand down, that right leg, lift that left arm high, come into a deep stretch through that left side body. And then let's reverse it. Left hand's going to come down either to a block or to the floor. Right arm's going to reach all the way past the ear. And then walk the hands back in front, back into our 4-point kneeling. Draw the right knee back underneath the hip. Let's go on the other side. Left leg is going to extend away. Push through the heel, hips nice and level. Draw the belly button in towards the spine. Hands are carrying the weight equally. Gaze between the hands, nice long neck, drawing the crown of the head towards the front wall. Okay, going to take that left leg outside, push the pinky edge side of that left foot down, and then start to just move the bottom back slightly. Just finding a stretch here through that inner left thigh. And then slowly coming up from here, left hand is going to come down that leg, going to lift up through the right arm and then come over. We don't really want any weight in this left arm. If you find that you're really pushing down, use a block instead for some stability. We don't want to be putting much pressure through that left leg at all. Reaching up. So we want to make sure our strength, our power is going up and then taking that side body stretch. Gazing wherever feels good, maybe under the right arm, maybe forward. And then let's switch it up. The right hand comes down to the floor or a block, reaching the left arm all the way over. Okay, I'm going to walk the hands back to where they started and then draw that left knee back underneath the hip. Nice. All right. From here, we're going to take that right leg away, push through the heel, engage that core, and we're just going to start by drawing some smaller circles with that big toe. Just reminding our core that we expect it to work, but those circles are getting a bit bigger each time. And then switch it out, take it in the other direction, start big. And then those circles are getting smaller. All right. And then we pause, push through the heel, left arm is going to lift alongside the ear, reaching forward and pushing back. I'm going to hold it here. Keep breathing. And then let's take it wide, the left leg wide, the right leg wide. Back to center. 2 more, that's it. Left leg wide, no, left arm wide, right leg wide. Gosh, I cannot do lefts and rights today. Back to center. And then the last one on this side. Back to center, left hand down, right knee down. Take the feet together. We're going to come into a wide-legged child's pose. Take the knees as wide as the mat. Sink back into the heels. Walk the hands forward. Take the forehead down. Allow the belly to fall between the legs. We inhale and exhale here. If you have some space around the shoulders, spider up those fingertips. Give your shoulders a little bit more space to move. Okay, we're moving back towards our table. Coming back, set yourself up again. You know where you're going. We've been there. We're going to extend that left leg away this time. Heel pushing towards the back wall, toes down to the mat. Hips nice and level. We are strong here. We're going to start by drawing small circles with the big toe. Gazing between the hands. Those circles are getting bigger. And then take it in the opposite direction. Big circles. Getting smaller. Okay, pausing there, push through the heel. Right arm is going to come alongside the ears. Level those hips out. Find that core strength to keep you balanced. Just going to hold it here whilst I natter on. And then we're going to take it wide. Arm wide, leg wide. Body stays down the center line. Find the stability through the core as you come back together. 2 more, take it wide. back to center. Last one here. Take it wide and back to center. Right hand down, left knee down. Find your wide-legged child's pose again. Forehead comes down, spider up those fingertips, walk those hands away, push through the fingertips, get the bottom towards the heels. Okay, we're going to come forward. As we do, we're going to make our way into a puppy pose. So bring those knees underneath the hips. We're going to walk the hands forward, but the bottom is going to stay over the top of the knees. Chest is coming down. Hands can either spider up on those fingertips, finding a little bit more space around the shoulders. You can pass hands together and pass them behind you, thumbs to the nape of the neck. Got lots of options here. Okay, we're going to make our way through thread the needle, hands are down. Push through the right hand. Going to thread left arm underneath the right. Rest on top of that left shoulder. Walking the right fingers away. You can spider up the palm. Pushing through the fingers, keep the hips nice and level. If you're happy and want a little bit more, we can extend that right leg away, push through that right heel. Checking in with the breath, making sure you're not holding the breath at all. It's coming and it's going with ease. Okay, I'm going to draw that right knee back in. Going to push that right hand down, left arm comes out. Plant the left hand down. Let's reverse it. Right hand comes underneath the left arm. Rest on top of that right shoulder. Left hand can walk away from you. Can spider up the fingertips so that the palm is lifting. And then if you're happy, left leg can extend away. Push through the heel. Keep the hips nice and level. And we breathe in and we breathe out with ease. Okay, left knee comes down, left hand pushes down, draw that right hand back out, we're back into our table. We're going to tuck the toes, we're going to hover the knees, we're in our hovered table. We're just going to hang out here for a count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Chest comes back to thighs. Sit down, but the knees are still lifted. We've got the heels pushing back towards the back wall. Nice stretch from underneath the feet. And then start to send the bottom high. Once we're heading towards our down dog, take your time here. Pedal the heels out one at a time. Take some deep, exaggerated movements to wiggle through the hips. Release through the lower back. Hamstrings beginning to get used to what is needed. And then when you're ready, you're going to pause in your down dog. We want to make sure that we are set up properly. Hands push down, elbow creases look at one another. We wrap the triceps around. We're drawing chest towards thighs. Sit bones look to the ceiling. We take a bend into the knees if we start to round through the spine. So as soon as our spine is rounding, we bend the knees to lengthen that spine. Everything is about length. Okay, this one's for you. Here we go. We're going to build a little bit of strength through the shoulders. Not much, a little bit. We're going to bend the elbows just slightly. And we're going to push back up. And we're going to go for 5 of them. That's it. For 5, bend the elbows and push. For 4, and push. For 3, and push. For 2, and push. And 1, and push. Beautiful. Right leg is going to lift, 3-legged dog. Keep the hips nice and level to start. Draw that left heel towards the mat. Let's stack the hips, open out, hips towards the right wall. Bring the right foot to the bottom, squeeze the glutes, push the hips forward. Keep breathing. And then the right foot is going to come through the hands. Take a moment here, rock over the ball of that left foot, find some stability, your hands are down. If you want to place a block underneath that left hand, you can. We're going to make our way into a twist. From here, we're going to open right hand to the ceiling, lifting up. Push that back heel back so we have a strong back leg. If we're loose here, we want to find some strength. Reaching that right hand up, take a gaze to the fingertips, to the side wall, it doesn't matter. And then if you want a little bit more, right hand can reach round, touch the top of that left thigh, roll that right shoulder back. Okay, we're going to bring the chest back round. Left knee comes down, untuck the toes. Let's bring the hands up and then down into a cactus arm. Bring the elbows to right angles. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Elbows moving towards back corners of the room. We come up just a little bit. And then as we exhale, move those hips forward and down. We take an inhale. We come up just a little bit. As we exhale, we move forward and down through the hip space. Okay. We're going to move block to the right side. Left arm comes up. We're going to sweep it all the way over. Deep, deep stretch through that left side. Draw the ribs around ever so slightly towards that right diagonal. Bringing the chest back to center. If we've got space, come up just a little bit. Bring that left foot in towards the bottom. Find what's comfortable and then maybe move those hips forward and down. Block on the right side is going to really help your balance here. If you're finding your quads are tight, you can use a strap to hook the foot to bring it to you. Lots of options here. Keep drawing the belly in so that we've got a strong core to support that back, and we're lifting the belly button up towards the top corner of the room to find space through that front body. Slowly release. We're going to shift the weight over that left knee, toes on the right side to the ceiling. Keep hold of the block for some stability here. Move the belly out of the way, take a forward fold. Lengthening through the spine. It's really easy for us to round down, but we want to create that length all the time. Draw the hips in line with one another. If you start to find that you're twisting into it, see if you can reset those hips. Reaching chin towards the top of the mat. Okay, plant that right foot flat. I'm going to move the block over to that right side to start with because that's where we'll want it. Hands are going to come down. We're going to tuck the back toes, lift through the back knee. We're going to move back towards our down dog. Right leg comes back to join left. Pedal the heels out. Wiggle the bottom, release the spine. Take a moment. And then find your down dog. This is your resting pose. Take a breath. We'll go for 3 this time, but we're going to lightly bend the elbows. Push back up for 3. For 2. And 1. Left leg is going to lift, hips are level to start with. Open the hips out to the left side, left foot comes towards the bottom, bring that foot in, squeeze the glutes, push the hips forward. Check you're still breathing. And then that left foot is going to come through the hands. Use the hands for some stability, rock over the ball of the foot. And then from here, use a block if you need to. Right hand can place on that block. We're going to open out the chest to the left side, lifting the left hand to the ceiling. Push the back heel back. Think about the skin of the knee, back of that right knee touching the ceiling. Strong back leg. Maybe left hand wraps around to touch the top of that right thigh, rolling that shoulder back, or maybe not. Okay, coming back round. We're going to take the back knee down and untuck the toes. From here, we're going to take the arms up and then down into our cactus arms, elbows towards the back corners of the room. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Think about those hips moving forward and down. Nice deep stretch through the hip flexor on the right side. Lifting belly button forward and up. Find space through that back. I'm going to find space through the front to find space through the back. Take a moment to breathe here. Spread through the fingertips, fingers, the webbing of the fingers, that's better. And take a moment to smile. Okay. Lovely. From here, we're going to take our hand to a block, goodness, and then bring that right arm all the way over. Taking the ribs around just slightly as well. And deepen that stretch. Gaze comes wherever feels good. And then either use a strap or use that right hand to take hold of the shoelace side of that right foot. And we're going to move those hips forward and down and creating a deep stretch through the quad on that right side. Open through the chest, rolling the shoulders back, find that openness, find that balance. And then gently just releasing that foot, let it come down. And then we're going to shift the weight over that right knee, left toes point to the ceiling, draw both hips nice and level, move the belly out of the way, lift the chin towards the top of your mat, use a prop for balance. Inhale, we lift, we lengthen, and exhale, we fold towards the top of the mat. Keep drawing that left hip into the body. Okay, and we're going to take that left foot flat. We're going to drop the block for a moment. We're going to take the left knee underneath the hip on that left side, back into table. Going to cross the ankles and take the legs away from you. Sitting up tall. From here, we're going to take that right foot in towards the left thigh, sitting up. Right hand is going to come behind you. That's going to be your kickstand. We're just going to hug in that right leg, sitting up tall, taking a twist as you bring the ribs round towards the right side. Push that left heel away. Take the gaze over that right shoulder. With every inhale, See if you can just find the crown of the head reaching the ceiling a little bit more. And then with the exhale, maybe you can move into the space where the air once was. And then making our way back to center. Send the right leg away, left leg comes in close. Use that left hand to support you, nice and tall through the body. Use that right arm to just draw the knee in towards you. And then as we lift and lengthen, we're going to take the gaze towards the left side, draw the ribs around. If you start to find that your spine is rounding or you're heading back, then just sit up a little bit taller and don't twist quite so far. Keep pushing that right heel away. And then all the way back to center. We're going to take ourselves down on the mat. Extend the left leg away, draw the right knee in and interlace the fingers below the kneecap, and then draw the knee past the ribs and in towards the shoulder. Push through both heels. Chest is open, shoulders are back and down. Breath is rhythmic. Same in, same out. And then release there. Left hand to the outside of that right knee. Draw it across the body. Right arm extends. Take a gaze over the right fingertips. And then coming back. Lengthen the right leg away. Left knee is going to come in towards that left shoulder. Just skipping past the ribs. Push through the heels. Lengthen the crown of the head towards the back wall. Dip the chin to chest ever so slightly. Lengthen the neck. And releasing. Right hand takes the outside of that left thigh. Draw across the body. Left arm comes away. Take a gaze over those fingertips. And then coming back to your center. You're going to finish off in a happy baby. So bring those knees in towards the armpits. We're going to take the hands towards the outside of the feet. Draw those knees down. Legs are at right angles or thereabouts. We're allowing the shoulders to come back into the mat to create this openness across the chest. And then I want you to consider laying the whole length of the spine down to the mat. So thinking about the tailbone, moving towards the mat. We grow long through the spine, crown of the head reaching towards that back wall, and we dip the chin to the chest just very, very slightly to get that final bit of length through the neck. And allow some breath to come in, fill the belly, and then exhale through the mouth in a releasing breath. And then slowly bring those knees together. Give yourself a hug together. An opportunity to reset the body and do what you need to do. So maybe that's a sway from side to side, maybe some circles on the lower back, maybe some windscreen wiper legs, whatever it might be. Take a moment to listen to your body, tune in, see what it needs, so that you can then spend the next moment or two relaxing in your final Savasana. Once you're ready, find a pose that you are happy to rest in. Maybe your feet are flat and your knees are just fall in towards one another. Maybe you're laying out on the length of your mat. But find a space that you can rest in. Allowing the breath to settle. A simple inhale and exhale. I want to invite you on a journey where you can remember your most recent trip to water. Maybe a lake's edge, maybe to the ocean. But I want to let you spend a moment or two there. It's going to be a sensory journey. I want you to imagine each of your senses coming alive. I invite you to remember the smell, perhaps the salt, maybe the moisture in the air, maybe the smell of food stalls nearby, the feeling of the sand between your toes, or maybe you were by a lake, maybe it was the soft grass supporting your body. Spending a moment just tuning into how that felt at the time. As you breathe in and you breathe out, I want you to imagine the warmth of the sun on your skin. Maybe the gentle sound of the trees moving, or the waves lapping, the birds, maybe the slight humdrum of the people around you. Just background noise. Maybe you can remember the food that you ate there. Maybe a cold ice cream on a hot day. Maybe fish and chips by the ocean. Whatever it might have been. Take a moment to savor the taste, the smell, the warmth, the sounds. Breathe it in and breathe it out. And in this feeling of relaxation, I remind you to revisit your intention from the beginning of class today, reminding yourself to go back, reflect, feel pride and happiness in the time you have carved out for yourself today. And now, closing off class, I'm going to start to awaken our body as we bring our mind back to the here and now, into the space that we occupy. Beginning to move the fingers and the toes. We sway the body perhaps from side to side, just awakening us slowly and carefully. And then when you're ready and there is no rush, you can make your way back up to seated, and I will be there.